Well, I'm still joined by Mary Lou and Elaine from Lakehead. So without further ado, let's get into some of the issues raised by the film. Mary Lou, we're talking there in the film about end of life care. How important is it, do you think, that we provide sort of the best care we can in care homes?
Oh, it's absolutely essential because many people, particularly with Alzheimer's and related dementias, will spend part of their lives living in a long-term care home, and most of them will end their lives there because it is their home. And we've done a lot of work internationally to create wonderful specialty in palliative and end-of-life care. We know so much about pain and symptom management and spiritual, psychological, and social support in palliative care, but we don't think that that knowledge is being incorporated enough in long-term care homes to really benefit people with Alzheimer's and related dementia that are dying there. So the work of our project is really very much to incorporate palliative care into the culture of long-term care homes and help them create education, clinical practices, and policies and procedures that would support a good death.
And how does the sector itself take to your work?
Well, they, on the one hand, acknowledge that they're doing the work, and so they welcome help to do the work as best as they can. I have to say, though, that they're having some real difficulty wrapping their minds around how you will advertise your long-term care home as a place where people can come and live a good quality of life, and yet at the same time have a good death. And so people, and this is not exclusive to long-term care, people think of living and dying as mutually exclusive. And in fact, we in palliative care think of them as complementary. And so one of the real challenges in long-term care is to change the way they think about palliative care and about the progression of chronic disease so that people on a day-to-day basis can have wonderful quality of life and active opportunities and restorative care, and yet simultaneously benefit by good holistic palliative care.
Now, Elaine, in the film we're talking about self-management of the disease itself, but a lot of people say that that's not an appropriate response. What do you think to that?
Certainly in the research that we've been doing, we've been talking with people with dementia that are managing quite well in the early stages, and so they've very clearly identified many of their coping strategies, the skills dealing with some of the emotions that come along with a diagnosis of dementia, and doing it quite successfully. We've seen advocacy efforts through DASNY and other people with dementia that are speaking out about their experiences living with dementia and about how they're coping day to day with some really unique and innovative coping strategies. So I think the evidence is there just by people's personal experiences that they can self-manage. I think it's the next step is to really take from what people are doing now in terms of successfully self-managing in order to translate that for other people that may be having perhaps some difficulty at the beginning self-managing and coping.
Well, thank you very much indeed for joining us, and I hope you really enjoy the conference. Thank you.
Thank you.